All right, welcome YouTube to my YouTube channel, and we're going to be cleaning out the DuPont lighter. And we've got all our parts here. I'm going to leave this part out, the part with the paint on it, the little flint wheel. We are going to take this top and the rest of these parts, and we're going to put in our jewelry cleaners. Oh, and then we're not going to mess with this either, and that looks really dirty. Hold on, we got this. Yeah, that looks like the problem. That's not supposed to be so loose like that, I don't think. Hmm. All right, well let's put a little lube on that part. Again, we're just trying to get this all back in action. This is totally different though, this tip. I've never seen that before. I don't want to really mess with it, but that looks worn out. So hopefully when we put this back, it actually works. And if it doesn't, we'll have to do video 3. Well, we're going to keep this separate. I don't feel like putting that in the jewelry cleaner. We're just going to clean these parts here. So let me pause it and let's go to my jewelry cleaner. All right, so here's our Magnasonic jewelry cleaner. I got that from Amazon. I put a little bit of Dawn dish soap inside with distilled, or in my case, 0 water. And we're going to put all these parts in there and give them a bath. And it's not like those cool jewelry videos where like they put it in there and it starts smoking. That's really from all the polish. We're not polishing here. And we want to get these little parts in the little tray in the middle. So let me pause this. I can't do it with one hand. Okay, so here's all of our parts going in. And this thing has a timer. So while that's cleaning for 3 minutes, we're going to go clean the other part of the lighter. All right, we're back in the light booth. And I'm getting too gross. And again, this is probably something you don't have to do, but I am always the one to basically be like, all right, if we're already in here, we might as well do a little cleaning. So first I like to get just the surfaces where they connect. And I use a microfiber towel. I'm not pouring any alcohol down this chamber because that's stupid. That's where the gas goes, or where the gas comes out from. And we're going to take our little micro Q-tip here. Just kind of spin it around in there. Get like where the hinges go, where that little pin part goes. And then where you hold the flint, or the spare flint, which we got a nice spare one on that. And then just getting these little crevices. So we don't want to get too crazy, but as you can see, there's a lot of dirt that can build up. And it's not, a lot of it's just like old flint dust. Because, you know, this lighter gets hot when it's being used. Probably want to well a bit here in the towel. I'm running low on alcohol too. Cleaning alcohol, that is. So that's a good thing. That means when I keep buying these, people are, or when I'm buying them and then I refurbish them, people leave me good reviews and they buy some more. Alright, let's get this in here. Alright, that's nice and clean. And now I'm going to take a little bit of oil, and I'm just going to be oiling where we're putting the screws back. And then also Ooh, that's too big. Do I have a smaller one? Yeah, it's all right. I wanted to put some oil in here where the pin goes, just so that that sucker isn't so hard to get in next time. And then we already oiled that part, and then probably want to put a little oil here. This part's like plastic, but that's where the wheel spins. And then on this guy here, I think we already oiled it, but just a little bit. Alright, so that looks much better. Oh, and then probably want to put a little oil in here too. Let's get that all cleaned out. But again, I don't recommend polishing old lighters. There's no real reason to, unless it's really gross, because you're going to take off the original patina. And people that really like lighters or like history, they like their patina. So why disappoint and take away patina? Now, if there's dents and stuff, I mean, some guys like dents. You know, some people don't like a brand new, never used type of lighter. That part was really crusty. Almost missed it. So all in the edges here, there's like a little edge. And then, I don't know what that serial number means. L0137. Does that match this one down here? No. It's just something else. Alright, that all looks good. Let's get this paused. Let me go grab the stuff out of the jewelry cleaner, get those dry. Well, here, I'll take you over there. Let's pause it real quick. So yeah, we stopped buzzing. And our parts are cleaner, I guess. Oop, don't want to do that. Yeah, it looks really nice. Let's take a look at this part. Yeah, we'll run it one more time. And then I'll just take the Q-tip thing I got and run that through there. See all these other little parts. And all the stuff that came off of it. That's nasty. Alright, one more bath. And all this thing does is literally just moves water with sound waves. And it's like if you were shaking these while cleaning. But there's no brushes, and it's literally just the Dawn soap helps get rid of the grease. And I like these, but this actual product probably lasts about a year if you use it all the time like I do. But we clean jewelry as well. So I'll get this paused, and then when it's done, we'll dry these off. Okay, and I also went to wash my hands because while I'm handling these things, I don't want to reintroduce the old grease back onto the parts that I literally just cleaned. So let me get this tray out. I need 2 hands, so let me put you guys down. So here's our parts, and here's all the nasty bits that fell off of these parts. It's really gross. And I'm going to take another separate microfiber towel and clean each one. So let's go to the coin booth to do that. And while we're walking, you want to keep those springs and those little parts in the middle part because you don't want to lose those. Don't lose any parts, guys. They're pretty tough to find, and you will pay a lot of money for these parts. Alright, let's put you guys back. Alright, so now we're going to take a clean thing here and just I'm going to scrape off just gently with a little, it's like a funky Q-tip. Let's get our grime off of here as best we can. And again, don't go too crazy with this part, guys, because it's just going to get all dirty as soon as you light it. But while you got it, you know, taken apart here, it is easier to get to everything. Alright, so that's about as good as that's going to look. I mean, I could go a little more in that spot, but like I said, that just fires back on. Let's get to this next part with the spring. So this is the flint part that pushes the actual flint itself. Somebody scratched that back in the day. That's interesting. So they must have used the screwdriver. Yep, there's like indents here. So this thing was stuck at one point in time and then someone just kept scraping it. But that's fine, it happens. We'll put just a little bit of oil in the spring. Get nothing too crazy. And then take this part here. I cleaned it real nice. Yeah, it's got to dry that. Zoom out a little bit. There's no really moving parts to this except this little flange here. And then I always like to put a little bit of oil on the pins. So that moves nice and freely. And then we want to just clean the edge off here. That'll be the very last part we put on with the pin. And then we got our thumb spinner thingy that makes the flint or the flint striker turn and strike the flint. And then we've got our gas adjuster metal part thingy. I'm sorry guys, I really don't have the correct terminology, but this is what adjusts the gas. Where's my cap? I don't want these parts to go flying. No, we'll put them over there. Here is our flint engage, disengage spring holder thingy. And we will be putting some oil through that because that's where the spring goes. Here is our pin for putting the door back on, and that's nice and clean now. And before we put that on, we're going to put a little bit of oil, just a tad, just so it slips there nicely. And then here's the rest of our parts. So if you guys remember, this is the spring that goes into this thingy. And then this spring has an end, which is silver in color. It actually looks like a screw, but it's not a screw. This part here. So when we reassemble, we got to make sure that's like that. And then we have our little spring here. We have our screws. So this is the spring for the flint engage or on and off switch. And then we should have our 2 screws, which are now clean, and we are definitely going to put a little oil on those before we put those in. All right, so those are all the parts. They're all clean. Now it's time to assemble. So I guess this will be part 2 of 3. So part 3 will be assembling the lighter now that we've actually cleaned it. So it's taking a little longer than I thought it would, but we want to do it right. So appreciate you guys watching, and then just click on the next video, video 3 of the, I want to say it's the line 1, maybe it's a line 2 lighter from the 70s, ST DuPont, and we'll now assemble everything.